Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. This week's topic is going to be about VR, virtual reality, right? The question about VR is virtual reality slowly but surely taking the place of regular reality, real reality, actual reality? So there's been a big influx in the VR world. We have the Oculus now, the Oculus Quest. I have one myself. That can just take you into the outer realms, put you actually in the game. You know what I mean? You get to throw a football, but there's also other things like The Sims, where you can create your own person, live your own life, get your own job, just pretty much live a life that you never did. But the opposite side of that is we're wasting our lives, our actual lives, living our lives online or in virtual reality. Some people would like to think that their virtual reality lives are better than their actual lives, and that's why they spend so much time in VR, whether it be Sims or wherever else. I personally absolutely understand it. I get it. Not everybody's life on Earth is great. Maybe it's our own fault for thinking that we were supposed to be rich and famous at a certain age, or, everybody wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer growing up and we weren't able to do that, but we could be one. We could be that in VR, in the virtual world. And I don't know, man. Of course it always depends on the individual. But Fearless, I'm gonna bring it to you and I'm gonna ask you, bro, how do you feel about it? Do you think that it's okay to spend more time in the virtual reality world than in the actual world? Do you believe that people should go out more and meet more people and not be so homebodied or just, reclusive? How do you feel, man?
I feel like it's dangerous.
Okay.
If not managed correctly, kind of like everything that we into, right? So if you at this particular point in time on your phone too much, you get an alert sometimes, depending on like the phone you got set up. You have an alert that says, yo, you've been on Instagram for like 4 hours, bro. Like, get the fuck off of this shit. Or like you've been on Twitter for too long. Yeah, like my phone was set up alerts being like, yo, you was on Twitter today 2.5 hours. That's over your allotted minimum. I set that shit up on purpose. So I don't just be doing the endless scroll, you know what I'm saying? And fucking getting addicted to having likes and shit. I feel like we already are in a virtual world. And what I'm worried about is the metaverse. So let me explain meta.
Okay.
The metaverse, which, Facebook said, yeah, we're going to name our shit Meta now. And if you open up Instagram, you can see at the bottom, it says Meta, powered by Meta. So Meta, what they're talking about is that Facebook and also a ton of other companies, Google, Apple, all of the companies you can think of that's in tech, they're all trying to push for this. What they're trying to do is create, on top of our reality, a virtual reality world where you can meet up, work, enjoy movies, enjoy video games, enjoy dates, all virtually in this actual computerized version of the world. And you can have a headset or some glasses, and you can have gloves on or bracelets and actually feel and interact with this world. And it's not even the real world. It's all digital. You have your own avatar, and you'll be able to basically live out an entire life online, away from the actual real world. You don't even have to go to work anymore. You can have meetings with your fucking friends and family. Y'all can live every the fuck where. Now, me personally, I like that shit, to be able to not have to go to work, still have these goofy ass meetings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't gotta drive shit. I can sit in the crib and do that. Cool. But at a particular point, we gotta be able to detach. And that's what I'm afraid of. We already have our phones. We already have our computers. We already have TVs that's more connected to the internet than ever before, right? We have, now we have Oculuses. We have our computer games and our actual like Xbox and PlayStation being more powerful than our fucking laptops and our actual computers. We have all of this immersive technology that we all know is coming. We all know this shit is going to get better and better and better, to the point where we're not going to have phones anymore. We're just going to have a watch where we just click and call and do everything we usually would do. When you go on Instagram, it's like you watching an actual fucking like you're at an actual art installation and you're actually watching that shit and you're just scrolling through it, all immersive. I just fear that people won't be able to separate virtual reality from real reality. We already have a problem with it. We let social media dictate so much of our life. You get canceled. Only thing canceling is doing is just stopping you from having more interaction online and like maybe losing your job. Sometimes you don't even lose your job. They just stop your online shit. All of that shit to me is going to damage us psychologically. And I truly believe it's going to have damage on our planet, because I don't feel like people honestly are smart enough to be able to control themselves. And that's why I fear the metaverse. That's why I fear the virtual reality. It's not the technological advancement. That's bomb. That's dope. That's what we need. But I don't think everybody should have access to that shit. Maybe doctors. Maybe us when we're working. But when it comes to like doing everything on there, I just don't feel like people can control themselves. And I'm worried about people, not about the technology. What you think, bro?
Few things, right? And I'm speaking from an introvert, so I guess it's I may.
You say, yeah, fuck that shit. Less people, better.
I may be on the opposite end of you, man. First of all, you said detach. You have to detach. I don't think detaching is. I don't think there's a such thing as detaching anymore. I always said that. I always said that if there were a way you could cut off your non-dominant hand and replace it with the cell phone and screw it on there, a lot of people would do that. A lot of people would do that. I feel like phones have become so much a part of our lives. Bro, do you remember back in school, when we were in elementary school, when our mom wanted to get in contact with us, they would call the office, and the office would get on the
and then you had a loudspeaker.
Hey, you know, Mr. Such and Such, can you tell Wade Bridges to come to the office, please? And then we got to go up there and shit like that, you know? It's like we survived that, you know? And now every day people are like, you know, I've had discussions with other parents, and you know how schools will stop their kids from having, you know, phones,
cell phones and shit. Yeah.
So parents will get mad, like, I want to be able to talk to my kid whenever I want to. And I guess I'm just that old guy now where I'm just like, we survived without it. Like it's you don't, I don't know. I don't want to say you don't need that much access to your children, because times are a lot different than they were even back in the 90s when I was in the elementary school. You know what I mean? But as far as detaching goes, there's no detachment anymore. This is a part of our lives. Everybody has a phone. Everybody may have some type of social media, you know, so all that detaching, you can turn it off all you want to. But what is the one thing that people say when they say, I'm going to detach? I'm going to go away for a little bit. I'm going to get my mind right, and I'm going to come back. It's a drug. It's a drug. It's like almost like smoking weed. It's like if you're a heavy weed smoker, you need a T break, a tolerance break. Because if you just smoke, nigga, the weed ain't hitting you like it does anymore. You need to relax, but you're going to go back. It's the same as the phones and whatever else. You're going to go back. You was talking about the metaverse, about Facebook. I think the metaverse is dope as fuck. I really do, man. I think it's going to be crazy. The video that I saw that you sent, a sub-minute video of this girl was like, hey, I'm at a concert. Would you want to come? She was like, sure. And she pressed some shit and her virtual reality body showed up at the concert, where her friend was actually at the concert in person. Through virtual reality, her other friend was allowed to show up at the concert with her and just be like, oh, hey, we're together. I see you. You see me. I see this person in real life, in real time, even though like they probably can't see me, of course. That shit is dope as hell to me. You don't have to leave the house. You don't have to deal with people. And I think that's the main thing. You don't have to deal with people, you know, because people are the problem with the world. Like you say, you want to go out and talk to these people and you know, converse, but no, you don't need to. You don't need to. I mean, it's always best. People always tell you to go and talk to them, but as soon as you go out and talk and try to have a good time, some shit happens, or they'll have a conversation that you don't want to fucking talk about, and then they'll say, "Oh well, I want to talk about it, so that means you got to fucking talk about it." Like, look, I don't have time for that shit. I could be at home, and I can just virtually. Like, this shit is for people. Listen, and for all the people that's out there, there's like, yo, I agree. Like, this shit is damaging. It's not going to help. It's not going to fix anything. They're going to be the ones who catch on to this quicker than anyone else. You know, this is the new Instagram. This is the new social media, y'all. This is the new way of life. I personally do not feel there's anything wrong with doing something virtually, because it stops you from just having to talk to these other people that are just going to bring you down anyway. You see what I mean?
I love your opinion on this topic. I think it is. You have me in tears over this motherfucker. I think it is hilarious, and the reason why is because it is the most honest shit you've ever said on this whole podcast. That's the truth. I understand. No, it is, because I understand exactly where you're coming from. From being married to a person that is an introvert, she can't wait for this shit to come out, nigga. So we're gonna be the first in line. I don't give a fuck if I gotta do prepay or what's that shit called? The split up the payments, karma, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. And guess what? We don't need 2 headsets. We only need one, because she's cool without the fuck me being on it. She would need a break from my black ass too. So I understand. And like I said, I think for work, for the medical field, this is going to be insane. Because imagine if you can really see the whole human body, but you're actually in the human body because you got this virtual reality camera shit going on. You can see all types of shit going on. Like, imagine that. So I think it's going to be really cool for that. But like I said, I'm just worried about other people. That's all.
I think it's going to be even bigger and better than cool. You know, I don't think it's going to be like, oh, this is cool, this is tight, this is this and that. This is life. This is going to be a new way of life, bro. Because first of all, Twitter and Facebook was created so we can speak to people across the country. Now we can see people and well, kind of hold hands with people across the country, across the world.
Mm-hmm.
I really, and it stops having to travel, because traveling is getting expensive. And then can we talk about COVID? Can we talk about COVID, please? Like, and nobody really wants to go out there. Yo, people ain't getting vaccinated. People don't want to wear masks. Like, if I can stay home and go to fucking Timbuktu for free, why the hell not? You know what I mean?
So you said something to me. I think it was you. Actually, no, it was our friend Dante. When I was like, yeah, I'm going to the Grand Canyon, Dante said, why the fuck you doing that? And I was like, because nigga, I want to see the fucking Grand Canyon. What the fuck you talking about? And he was like, why you just don't look online and look at the pictures of it?
It's not the same.
That's what I said. I was like, nigga, it's not the same thing. What the fuck you talking about? Like, nigga. But then when I went there, I was like, I might have just stayed at home and watched this shit on YouTube. But nah, it was beautiful to see it like that serious. Like the reaction to seeing something that is not man-made. It's like the planet made this because of whatever hit this shit, made this big ass rock or this big ass size. And you can see the earth and all the elements of the earth. And that's only a small fraction of how deep the earth is. It was beautiful. It was like actual nature, which is something that we don't see on a regular basis. We see like the little fake trees that we plant because we live in towns and neighborhoods, right? But my point is this. Yes, the metaverse is going to change the world. Yes, we are going to have so many more technological advancements that I think that this is going to be the start of us living like 150, 175 years. Because of if you have this, then how far will it be before we have nanobots? How far will it be before we break down the complete DNA chain? How far would it be before we map the human mind? And then we can start to really diagnose and stop cancer. We can stop AIDS. We can stop shit like COVID. But on the flip side, devil advocate side, do you feel like this shit would have been easily accepted if it wasn't for COVID? Because I feel like niggas is a little bit more used to staying home. Little bit more or less going to work. What do you think? You said yeah?
Yes, I do think so. This COVID and staying home just makes it a little better. Yeah, I do think it would have been accepted because it's progression. If you remember Demolition Man, do you remember the movie Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes?
I had the tape, and then when the tape popped, I bought the DVD.
No doubt. That movie came out like 93, 94, and it was talking about like future in 96. We were supposed to have flying cars in 96. You know what I mean? So no, everybody loves progression. This progression just came around way too slowly, but now it's finally here. It's always going to be accepted, especially when it comes to if you call it social, whatever, it's going to be accepted. You know what I mean? Um, and if I could go back a little bit to your Grand Canyon, I think what it is you say it would have been fine if you would have watched it online or on YouTube or something like that. But I think what it is,
As a joke, not really.
It. Right? Yeah. Okay. You have to appreciate. I think you just appreciate it a little bit more being there and seeing it. You know.
Yeah, it's a whole different. You can smell it, you can feel it, you can see it with your own eyes, you can touch the shit. I don't want us to ever forget that as people. Like, bro, like, yes, you can go and see a concert virtually. That's tight. Wow, that's tight. It's different, and I'm not saying it's safe. I'm pretty sure it's safer going virtually, right? But like, you know, it's also tight to go see the shit in person too, and see the artist in person and say, yo, I was there. But I understand why this also was going to help a lot of people that's disabled. Like, this is going to be really dope for that too, because a lot of people can't easily travel and stuff.
I got you, but do you think that we're going to use that for those purposes at first? Like, I don't think so. I think it'll come around to that. I mean, shit first.
I think that I think it's going to be like kind of how Facebook was or how Instagram was when it first started. Black people, for some minorities in general, or nigga shit in general, it kind of is like we come in right at the middle. We don't ever come in at the jump. We come in at the middle, and then when we come in, it blows up worldwide. Yeah. So we always come in, I guess, at the perfect time, because we always make it pop. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's when it's going to be like, when it's going to get dope, is when we jump into it. But at first, I do think I think it's going to be used for disabled people. I think it's going to be used for like the medical field. I think it's going to be used for like offices, because Microsoft already has a version of it where they have an actual virtual computer where you can type like in the cloud and shit, like on, you know, just type like I'm typing like on my right now if I'm typing, but it's like an actual digital keyboard. Yeah. There's nothing there. But it's like you're in the office and you have meetings. They already got that shit out there. It's just the headset costs $898. And motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ain't buying these shits because, for one, it's easy to break. For two, who the fuck updating it? For three, we don't have no engineers. So this shit is still 20 years out. Because the true thing that's going to get it to pop is when the independent developers start getting the versions of it and start making our own shit. Because the phones didn't really blow up until independent developers and software engineers started making their own programs. Because Facebook and all of these companies can't make everything. They can make the framework, but the actual shit that we use on a daily basis is all created by other people that we never heard of before, that make a little part, and then they just fuse it together. And that's going to come. And once that come, bro, it's over. But I feel like, and just being a little selfish, I feel like video games are going to be tight. And that's what I'm kind of waiting for.
The Oculus.
Oh my God. Like, imagine playing Madden or like Call of Duty or like Grand Theft Auto, but like virtual reality though. Yeah. Nigga.
Like you're actually in the car now. You know, you're in the car like you're driving with your own hands. That'll be crazy, man.
Kids ain't even gonna know what controllers are soon.
Yes, true, because they don't know what CDs are, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Let me go back. Let me go back a little bit about you saying it being dangerous if not managed properly.
Yes,
I think that goes along with everything. You know, that goes along with cars. That goes
everything.
I honestly believe VR, virtual reality, would save us.
How would this shit save us?
It's less damaging to our egos, because when we go out, we're judging other people. Like before we leave the house, we're judging ourselves. Like, what do I want to wear? What do I have? What can I afford to buy? Like, what looks good enough for when I go out, I'll feel good, and other people look at me and be like, damn, that person looks good. They're coming out to have a good time. You know, virtual reality eliminates all that. Like, there are some people that, you know, they just want to go out and show off and put their clothes on and just not talk to anybody. They go to the club and don't dance, right? VR is, and it's different because while you've created your avatar and it's really you, so to speak, it's not you. So you can act a fool. Like, if you want to go to a virtual club and just, you know, do whatever the hell, You know, you could do that, whereas you might not want to do it if you're in real life because you think you might get made fun of, even though you're at a club, even though you dancing, even though you may not be able to really dance, you're there for the fun of it. And there's people there that's judging you. I'm like, oh, how old is this nigga's shoes, man? Is that dirt on the back of this nigga's shoes? Like, bro, is he wearing jeans instead of slack? Like, it's so many different things that you can judge somebody off that kills people's egos and kills people's self-esteem. Mm-hmm. VR won't have any more of that. I mean, you'll have, like, you might have like a little kid calling you a nigger, just like they do on Xbox Live. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it would hurt as much. When somebody looks at you in the face and be like, yo, nigga, you ugly, it may hurt you. If somebody on virtual reality say that, you'd be like, yeah, all right, my nigga, watch out. I'm going to look at this virtual ass over here. Like, it won't be, it's like back to business as usual. Like, because we're here to have fun. We're here in VR to have fun. Like, why are you coming here to ruin everybody's good time? Whereas in real life, all good times are usually ruined. Look at the Astro World.
I feel like trolls.
You know, Astro World.
Yeah. Well, I feel like trolls are going to be on virtual reality too. I feel like that shit never stops. I don't give a fuck if you are digital or virtual or real life or whatever. Motherfuckers are always going to be haters. Motherfuckers are always going to say something. So even because you got to remember, you're going to have an avatar. You might be dressed up the way you dressed up. You might want to feel like dressing up in a fucking bunny costume. Somebody's going to be online to go ahead and make fun of you. Somebody's going to say something ignorant about you. It doesn't even matter. So your self-esteem is the human emotions that we feel on a regular basis. It's always been there, even on Facebook, MySpace, chat rooms, all of that shit. People are creeps. People are mean. People ain't shit. No matter what the fuck realm you put them in. And I don't feel like it's going to be any different when you go to a virtual club, or when you go to the virtual mall, or when you shopping on Amazon virtually. If you have other people that could be around you and interact with you, if you can't mute other motherfuckers, you're going to have motherfuckers acting like a fucking fool and saying all types of ignorant shit. And I that shit affects, that's why I like people, kids, and people kill themselves off of what people say on the internet. And I don't think it's going to be no fucking different.
I think
it's going to be the same.
Let me go back to what you said there about people talking shit about you. Let's say somebody was talking shit about you on VR. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Punch them? Like, fuck, you can walk away. You could get into a virtual fight and then still go to sleep that night. Some people may not be able to fight, and when you're in person, somebody will say some shit to you. You try to swing, you get your ass whooped. You don't get your ass whooped in virtual reality. That's why I think it's a little safer. Like, people will talk shit about you or say something about you on virtual reality, but it's still safer than being out in the streets.
I feel like, so, you know, like people online that be playing video games about each other. They remember they're doing that shit where they'll call the cops on you, and then the fucking SWAT team come raid your crib.
No.
Yeah, man, that was some shit that happened. Some dude got locked up for that shit, and he doing like 10 years because the person actually got killed. Damn. They broke into this nigga's crib. He said, yo, he got a whole bunch of people hostage. Please go help these people. And the cops ran in, and this nigga was on the couch playing this video game, and he ended up getting shot. And they found the person that did that false call, and that motherfucker got locked up. But that's a very common thing. People are going to find ways to hurt you no matter what. And no matter where you are. There's not a safe place here, even in your own home. You can have douchebag neighbors. You can have a douchebag spouse. You can be a douchebag. Like, there's always going to be someone here to hurt you. The internet, there's going to be always evil people. But the point that I feel that you're making is physically, hopefully, the virtual reality will be a safer place.
Yeah.
But never doubt the capacity of these maniac demon people in the world. If motherfuckers won't fuck with you, they'll figure out a way, virtually or not. And that's the problem I have with the virtual reality, is because it's just the same shit. It's just in a different space. It's still gonna be the same cocksuckers that's outside. They just gonna have their own headset too.
But there's still that little bit of difference, though. That's still that little bit of difference, and that matters. That matters a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like, I understand, like, you could still get hurt, something could still happen to you, but there's still that comfort that you don't have to leave the house. You can still go to a concert. You can still go to a mall or do whatever, talk to your grandmother or whatever. And you might have some people try to fuck with you, but Like if you're what about if you have anxiety? Like you get anxious
Yeah.
around people. Like some people can be like when you go out, you go into a store and be like, "Hey, good morning." Be like, "Oh, hey, good morning." Like some people just don't know how to respond to people well. We shouldn't make fun of
Yeah.
those people. Those people have some
Nope.
issues. But when they put on that
Mhm.
VR and they get in that world where people don't know like what happened to them in their past, that's why they have such a hard time speaking to people in real life. You know, I mean, damn, that's better right there. And you never know, they can learn how to speak to someone in VR and they can translate it over into real life. So maybe they won't have that. Maybe it can help us. You know, maybe it can like truly help us.
I do think that it's going to be like, it's going to be help for a lot of people, but it's still always going to be that risk as well. But that is not a reason to not progress forward with technological advancements, because that's what old motherfuckers always say. Oh, it's going to destroy this. Oh, it's going to, man, the world's going to move forward no matter what the fuck is going on.
Regardless.
So fuck it. You gonna either embrace it or get left behind. It's your choice. You can stay in your little bubble. That's fine. But don't try to ask a nigga to help you catch up 10 years later when you dumb gone and you don't know how to even get a fucking ride anymore because buses are gone because niggas is doing virtual trips. Like, bitch, like, also, another added benefit is if this shit really blows up where, you know, we stop traveling as much as humans and we stop, you know, using cars as much, it actually could help the planet. Because people don't talk about this a lot, but during COVID, when a lot of that 2 months where nobody really moved, you know, the air quality improved to like 95%.
Yeah.
So just having us sit the fuck down for a couple months almost saved the world. We don't know what that time did for the planet, how much that actually made the planet better. So if we do travel less for work, if we do all of that shit less for like travel and do less more motion and using cars and shit like that, will that help the planet? And just because it's virtual reality don't mean you can't still go to a club. Maybe it's just a bar, but it's like a virtual reality bar. You know what I'm saying? So dating might be better, might be safer, right? Even though you don't know what the motherfucker really look like, so you can really get catfish now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But like I said, I know that there's risks, but there was risks when like the phones got out there. Remember when people was running into traffic because they was on their phone so goddamn much and stupid shit like that? Like, there's risk for everything. There's risk for everything. But I just want people to be very aware of what this is going to do to the human body, and what this is going to do to the human experience. The human experience is about to change drastically in the next 30 years. So please understand what that's going to do. But ain't nothing we can do to stop it, and I don't want to stop it. I know how to control myself. I'm a fucking adult. I control myself and conduct myself the way I need to conduct myself. But just remember.
You're right.
You said what?
Go ahead. You say you're an adult. I was like, yeah, but some people are adults that just can't, you know, they have those issues, those problems of self-control.
Oh yeah. We all got our fucking problems, but I'm talking about, you know, it's going to just be a lot of shit. Everything that's on the internet now is going to be that, but it's going to be like 10 times worse because it's like, yo, now I can actually feel this. Like, imagine the shit that's going to happen. Certainly when we get the little bracelets and little rings and shit where we can touch things virtually, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga. Everything's going to be different, nigga. It's going to be like, it's just going to be really weird. And it's going to be crazy. I wish I was like 5 years old, because then by the time I'm my age now, I will already grew up in this shit. Yeah. But we'll have the money to be able to invest in this shit. And that's the most important thing, in my opinion. This is the new gold mine. This is the new internet. You better figure out what the fuck you can do to contribute so you can make some money. Because this shit is going to change. You are going to see billionaires because of this shit. This will change cryptocurrency forever. They will no longer be US dollars in 50 years. It'll be a version of it, but it's going to be, nigga, the digital, I'm trying to tell you, the dollar is going to change, because if you can buy with a coin, a crypto coin, you can buy that shit and you eliminate all the fees that come with just a regular purchase and shit like that. Imagine, you don't think like Bitcoin, or if Amazon starts accepting Bitcoin or Ethereum, It's over. It's over, my nigga. It's over. The US dollar is going to be changed forever. It's going to be decentralized currencies. All of that stuff. The NFTs are made for the metaverse. Like, it's all heading there. So you better get with the fucking program. And from what I can see, Wayne is excited because he's tired of talking to you niggas.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Like when it happens, like you may not hear from me for a little bit. You know? But
I mean, I just hit you on virtuals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, word. If I'm already there, shit. Just meet me in the room. Shit.
Yeah, nigga, what's up, man?
Do you think this would be more to our detriment or more to help?
I think it's going to
push everything forward.
I think it really depends on what we do with the technology.
Yeah.
As a people, like, do you think the phone has improved the world?
Yeah, tremendously.
The mobile phone. Do you think the internet has?
You know what? I think putting the internet on the phone has helped the world more, not necessarily the phone.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it really depends on what we do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because me personally, I think Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook all has kind of basically been to the detriment of the world. Besides the rare cases where like Twitter has helped overthrow governments and helped in social movements. I don't think BLM would be as big if it wasn't for the camera phone and it wasn't for Instagram and Twitter or Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like the BLM movement would have never happened. The Me Too movement would have never happened if it wasn't for social media. You can't get that message out there by just putting it in the fucking newspaper. It's not going to have the same traction. Now everyone can comment. Now everyone can share their opinion. It's a beautiful thing, but it also has a lot of drawbacks, bro. It also, every time you see another like, you have a dopamine release. That's what cigarettes and crack used to do.
Yep.
Like, that's some scary shit. When you think about more people are focused on their body and like social acceptance and how people are getting all these surgeries and all this shit because they want us to look good on the internet. That's what I'm saying. The mind. This is going to really change the human experience. I feel like we're going to see way more people that's like my 600-pound life, because you don't have to move to do a lot more shit because of virtual reality. I feel like the health of our nation is going to deteriorate, but I also feel like medical advancements is going to improve drastically to offset all of that stuff. So it just depends on what we do. What do the smart niggas do with it? What the dumb niggas do with it? And who wins? And that's really what it is. And that's how all technology is. You know, the cell phone helped save people, or not the cell phone, but the actual phone helped connect people from just towns to cities, and then from cities to regions, then from regions to international, or to nationally to international, right? That's what the phone did. It also made chat lines and sex rooms more popular. So it's going to be that, bad and the good.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go ahead and close it in, man. Let's close it up, man. How you feel about that?
That's good, man. You go ahead and close it out, bro.
Cool, brother.
Virtual titties.
Can't wait for it, man. Thank you guys for listening again to another episode. We hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all have any comments about this VR episode and what y'all would like to see in VR, or what type of women y'all or men that y'all would like to see in VR, man, comment. Let us know. Put them in the YouTube comments. And if you're on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Let us know how you feel about it. We drop every Friday and every Monday at 11 a.m. So if you subscribe to us, we'll be right there on your feed, ready for you, waiting for you. You can also find us anywhere your free podcast is. So we're on Apple, Amazon Podcasts. We're on Stitcher, Overcast. Overcast is its own app. It's a great app, man. It's my favorite app for all podcasts, man. Y'all should use that, download it. And it's great. It's been doing great numbers for us, and we appreciate that. You can also find us on Twitter at You Feel Me Cast. That's You Feel Me Cast, CAST. I'll wild out on Twitter every now and then, man, and y'all come in and hit me with some retweets. And you can also, have any other questions too, hit us on questions at youfeelmepodcast.com. Let us know about that, man, and we will read your questions out loud. F-Y-E. Jimmy B. Fearless album, Fire. It's already out. It came out last month. It's here. It's ready for y'all. It's on everywhere that's streaming. You guys listen to that. As a matter of fact, If you go find us on YouTube, you might as well find Jimmy B Fearless as well. If you go find us on Spotify, You Feel Me podcast on Spotify, you might as well find Jimmy B Fearless as well. It's all on that one-stop shop. You know what I mean? Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Fearless, am I forgetting anything, bro?
Nah, man, we're good, man. Just say peace to the people. Ooh, wait. Virtual centaurs. A bad centaur bitch. A bad centaur bitch. I'm down with the World of Warcraft shit. I would love to do a virtual World of Warcraft thing. Ogres and all of that, magic and Merlin and shit. I could do that. I could fuck with that shit. That shit would be tight. I could fuck with that. Or like Space Invaders or something.
You mean are we still talking? Yeah. Because I'm thinking like, are we still talking?
Yeah, we're talking about sort of reality. Yeah, no, nigga, not sexual. Okay, I'm talking about just video games and stuff. Or I don't want to fuck no ogre. Anyway, man, that's all we got, man.
Somebody will though. Somebody will. But thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. My name is Wayne from the Big Homie. I'm the Big Homie. For my friend, the greatest rapper of all time, Fearless. Peace out. We love you guys, and we see y'all next week.